This is the Average to Savage podcast with Paul Guarino. Everyone and anyone, athletes, celebs, and much more.
What's up, everybody? I'm back for another episode of the Average Savage podcast. Our special guest today is Chris Hubbard. Chris, how's it going?
Man, so far so good, man. I can't complain. Another day to be alive. That's what's important.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, no, I know a lot of the time, O linemen don't get the love they deserve.
Yeah, but when we do, man, you got to go ahead and talk it out, man, and being able to be take the opportunity, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, now just give me like a little background about like how you got into football and like things like that.
So a little bit about myself, man. I grew up, Chris Hubbard, man. Grew up in Columbus, Georgia, small town, and I played Pee Wee football for a long period of time. As a child, went to middle school. I played football maybe my 7th and 8th grade year. I didn't play my 6th grade year. I just didn't want to play football then. When I went to middle school, I had a tough transition. It was a tough period of time that, I was going through things as far as like, do I want to play football? Do I not? And, I finally did. I did for maybe a year because I was off and on. But fast forward into high school, I went to Carver High School in Columbus, Georgia, where it all started. My 9th grade year, I was still on the borderline of not wanting to play football. I was just kind of shaky. I wanted to play in a band. Like I love music. Music is one of the things that gravitates towards me, and it makes my energy, my energy and my mood, man. Music does a lot for me. And when I got to high school, I was just on the fence, man, really on the fence about it. Until my uncle, man, he was just talking to me and just letting me know, like, hey, man, I see that you got talent, man. You can do something special. Who knows? You may go to the NFL. When he said that, it was just like NFL. And where I grew up, it's not too many people, go to the NFL. So it was just like, man, that kind of stuck in my head, and it just kind of like, man, maybe I can change my family life. You know what I mean? And sure enough, I went out there and played football, and in high school it was different. I made the varsity team. I didn't make the JV team. I made the varsity team on my 9th grade year. They had me at tight end at first, and then they was like, hey, man, we need some more O-line. And I was imagine like I was 225, like playing offensive line, man. And I made it work. I started to try to build up, eat peanut butter and jelly all the time to just try to gain some muscle mass and try to build up that part of me, which did over the course. But I started to like feel it and started to love the game, man. Like really love the game. I was getting pancakes and each time, just enjoying the thrill, man, putting people on their backs. And fast forward, I played my 10th grade year and my 11th grade year. 11th grade years, that's when I started to see a change, man, because you started to get the college offers. Offers started to come in, people started to like recognize you and things like that. And once that started happening, I'm like, man, I could really do something here. And 12th grade year rolled around, man, I felt like I was the big man on campus then, with offers and just trying to figure out what's my next step as far as like college, like looking at the right places for me. And that's when UAB, I had a couple offers. I had Mississippi State, UCLA, USF, UAB was there. But those 4 I really looked at, and, UAB stood out because I had an opportunity to start. Also, it was close to home for me. Right, it was like 2 hours away, 2 hours and 30 minutes away from home. So my family was able to come see me play, or, I was able to see them whenever needed. So that's how it really started, man. I went to UAB and did all 4 years. I was a starter there. I started every year. I got hurt my freshman year, but after my freshman year, I started to keep going and keep growing, and then then 2013 came. From 2009 to 2013 is when the evolution of really like started to really happen and taking it really serious. And, you know, then that's when I had the opportunity to get picked up by the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's where my 2013.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. And then like, yeah, what at UAB, what was your time like on and off the field there?
So so like I said, my freshman year I was injured. I had an ankle injury, ankle injury. And then my sophomore year I came back, you know, strong. I was a little banged up there too. But then my junior year hit, man, that's when I started every single game. You know, I played well to my acknowledge and to my coaches acknowledge. So um and I just felt like I was just continually like hungry, like I was hungry for the game, man. I became a student of the game, just realizing like, you know, different fronts, different schemes that defense do. I just became like I said, a student, man, and just making sure I was prepared. And when senior year came around, I got to teach like the younger guys to, you know, that were coming in as freshmen, just teaching them and letting them know, man, the fundamentals of the game, and also just helping them out on the P's and Q's, man, what they can see that's different, that can like help them boost their game at a higher level. So, you know, I always felt like I can help somebody out, or, you know, lead somebody to be better. I just wanted to be better. So, and the people around me to be better. So that was one of those opportunities to come and just give it all I got, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, and then just going like undrafted in 2013, like did that motivate you more to play in the NFL?
Oh man, it did, man. For me, it was like, man, just let me get my foot in the door, man. You know what I mean? And I can handle the rest. Um, Being undrafted, man, I thought I was gonna be drafted, but man, it didn't matter to me as long as I was able to get in there and show the teams that what I can do, and I want to play any position that they ask me to do, man. It just added more fuel to my fire, man. And you know, just watching the older guys, man, how they moved was one of the things that really enlightened me as well. So I just took on so much information, man, and just, you know, just putting that information in my toolbox to help me out gave me more than I ever needed. So um, you know, I went in Pittsburgh, you know, and one of the most prestige, you know, organizations in all of NFL history. You know what I mean? So it
Yeah,
was
for
just
sure.
going into there. It just made you want to be better. You know, as a player, as a person. You know, they held you accountable on a lot of things. So being undrafted really fueled me a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And then yeah, you became something out of nothing, basically, I would say. And then you signed with the Browns in 2018. You got a big contract.
Yeah.
So what was that like to just be like a free agent and get to pick where you wanted to go?
It was surreal, man. Having that opportunity, I didn't know what to expect, man. I asked a couple guys, man, close guy to me, man, by the name of Marquise Pouncey. You know, he always told me, man, he's like, man, you work hard, you work extremely hard, man, you'll get paid one day, Hub. He always said that. And, you know, when that time came around, you know, he said, man, I told you. You know what I said? He always said, I told you. And it was just like, man, you know, everything that you work towards and everything that you got to this point, man, really has come true, you know. Um, who knew at that time I would still be in the league, man, and still being able to do the things that I'm doing now, still to this day. Um, it was just like an amazing feeling because, you know, you see all your hard work pay off. You know, playing every position, playing from center to guard to tackle to even big tight end. You know, those things like that. It really just showed me how how much you put in the work to get to this opportunity. So, you know, it was one of those things that I'll never forget in my life.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. I don't know who said it or what, or I mean, I think I hear it like a lot, and it's always like they're always like, yeah, like the rookie contract is whatever, but when you get that second contract, it's like you made it.
Yeah, yeah, because you know for a fact, like it's guaranteed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it's definitely guaranteed. You see a lot of guaranteed up money, um, but you know it's kind of like it's a safety net because you know you're there. You know
yeah,
what I mean? You know you know your worth. You know what I mean? So it's just it's one of those feelings that, like I said, I'll never forget. I never forget moment. And you know, who knows? Who knows what may happen this next year?
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. And then like what I would say, what's the difference between like the two organizations you played for, the Steelers and now the Browns?
Man, they're both prestige organizations, man. You know, a lot of history involved. You know, you hear about, you know, in Pittsburgh, you know, you had Big Ben, you had Troy Polamalu, you know, you had you know, the James Harrisons and like Jerome Bettis. And when you get to Cleveland, man, you know, you know, you got Jim Brown, man, the prestige guy in the world, man, and then you have, you know, other guys as well. But man, you know, Paul Brown, you know what I mean? Like it's just it's just it's they both mean a lot to me, man, because in Pittsburgh I've created this path, you know what I mean? But coming over to the Browns, man, you try to change the era, change that, you know what I mean, and change the from losing to winning, man. You
Yeah,
change the atmosphere. You want to see that happen, and it's been fun, man. It's
yeah,
still fun. It's still fun to this day. The one thing I would love for us to have, man, here at the Browns is the championship, man.
yeah.
That's the one thing that we all look forward to, just getting that championship and bringing it to Cleveland, and just making sure, man, the city of Cleveland, man, just on top of the world at that moment, man. It'll be one of the best feelings in the world.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's always cool to just see like a franchise turned around. Obviously, you know the Browns were bad for a little while, and then now you know
Yeah,
they're up and coming. I feel like you guys are a young team that could do some stuff in the playoffs and things like that.
yeah, yeah.
And then just transitioning into the mental health space. I know you're a mental health advocate, so
Right.
why is mental health important to you?
You know, mental health is important to me because you know, I had a lot to do with my family, man, as well as one of my good friends that deal with mental health. You know, he had committed suicide. So for me, I just wanted to be able to you know, continue the legacy of just bring awareness to how important mental health is. Because a lot of people forget, man, mental health is one of the things that, man, you could be well as anybody, you could be LeBron James, but if your mental health is not at its correct space, then that can really like bring you down and really like kind of tear you up if you don't have the necessary help that you need. And plus, I have the platform to be able to bring the awareness more, even closer to people that didn't even know what mental health is or didn't even know what it feels like, and like thinking like now, wow, like I know what it is. I have the information to really maybe seek help, get help, or make the necessary changes. I know for me, I battled with it. I've had therapy sessions to help me out, and I've learned those different triggers that might set my mood. But you know, day in and day out, man, I always think about the positive outlook on, you know, life, because sometimes life can be, it can be a lot, but at the same time, you know, you have something to look forward to. And you know, that's the thing about being a change. I want to be able to change the narrative, man, and being able to bring people closer and closer together. So that's why mental health is important to me.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I think it's like great that it's being like the awareness is coming out too, just because, you know, like people like I'd say I guess a normal fan doesn't see like an athlete as a regular person, and I think
Right.
that's making like athletes and celebrities and things like more normal to them.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes we have to be a superhero. Like
Yeah,
when I put on the uniform, like I'm a big Batman fan. I feel like you
yeah,
know, I feel like I'm Batman. I changed to a different person. Um, but that's really what it feels like, because you know, when you go home, you know, everybody's gone. It's just you. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes you don't have people to really call on like you want to or need to, but you know, at the end of the day, you have to deal with who you are, and that's really what it is in life, man. You really have to be comfortable as a person and know what it is that trigger you, what things that bother you, and seek the necessary, like I said, the necessary help to get to the solution of it.
yeah, definitely. And what do you think people could do more to protect their mental health?
Man, look, when you have the time, like I really feel like take you for just space. find things that that really help you out as far as like an outlet, or walks, man. I really feel like those help, and even call a therapist, man. You can really seek the help that way, man, because just being able to vent to someone and just express all your feelings out, it can be really important. Instead of bottling everything up into one, you can be able to have a source of outlet to be able to just express how you feel, express what mood you're in, different things like in that order. So it's plenty of ways, man. Working out, man, vacation, different sceneries, and you name it, bro, like that can help your mental health out. So those are some of the things that I've tried. So man, it's something to just give to other people, to just to show them, man, you can do it. You can really do it.
Yeah, no, I think even like you already touched on, just especially now, with the pandemic and everything, just like going outside could be just like a stress
Life
reliever, I
changing.
would say. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Uh, but yeah, then going back into football and sports and things like that, what advice would you give a young athlete?
I never give up, man. No matter what's going on, injury, you feeling like you're, going through things. Never give up and give it your all, because you only live with one life, and you never know what opportunity may come in front of you. But also during the time, man, the young athletes, man, you have school involved as well. So those grades, man, make sure you take care of those grades, and you want to be able to go to college, man, to get an education. Maybe it's a free education because you're handling business on the field, but then you can have a double. You know what I mean? You can have education, you can have a academic scholarship and a football scholarship. Who knows? But just keep giving it 110% at everything that you do, because you can do it, man. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't do it, man. And that's my take on, for the young athletes that's steady striving for greatness, man. Give whatever you're doing in life, give it your best.
Yeah, no, I like that. And then you have a podcast also. Could you tell me a little bit about that and what you discuss on there?
Yeah, so the podcast is Brotherhood The Unveiling. We talk about families, mental health, relationships, goals, schools, man. You name it on the show, man. We really go into depth on like on pretty much everything. We talk about sports. We talk about like I said, relationships. We talk about what sneakers might be on your feet, what clothes. You know what I mean? We just spice it up, man. It's just different things, and we want to just um, bring it's called Brotherhood The Unveiling for a reason. My partner, man, my brother, man, Aaron Green, he does a lot with the relationships, as far as like for younger kids. And he also has a clothing brand called Struggle Made Me. And I just felt like this opportunity was big for us because we both come from backgrounds of working our tails off and going after things that we want, and that we see fit that's in our life. So it's really an amazing podcast, man. We are in season 2. We're about to end season 2 soon, but hopefully I pray that we continue to keep going, man. Season 3, man. Pray that we have season 3 next time. So
I
I'm
got
excited, man. I'm pumped.
yeah, I got to ask you because I haven't, I've been debating on whether or not to do seasons or not. So why did you
Hmm.
like? So how many episodes are in your season? Or you just like picked it?
No, 10. We do 10
Oh, wow.
every season. Yeah, 10 every
Gotcha.
season.
And
Yeah.
how
So
how
it's
often do you release them?
we do every Wednesday.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
And
every
I
Wednesday.
was just curious because like I'm always in debate. I'm like, what do I like? I just been doing it continuous, but
Right,
I
right.
think I'm gonna start doing it seasons because I think it's more of a you could kind of like hype it up and be like stop for
Yeah.
like a month and then be like, all right, season three's coming
Season.
up.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
that's what we do. We give ourselves a break to
yeah,
brainstorm
yeah,
with the team and really like focus on like how can we gravitate people's attention.
yeah,
What's important? What's important right now? Who's being talked about? We like I said, we talk about everything on that. So
yeah,
it's really dope, man. I really enjoy it, man. And it's a fun outlet for me because I'm doing something else besides playing football.
yeah, yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah.
And I, of course, I obviously did my research on you, so I was going through your Instagram, and you have a lot of pictures of your son, so I wanted to know, how did fatherhood change you?
Oh man, it changed me in a major way, man. It just made me more self-disciplined, man. With because I was reckless a little bit, but it just slowed me down to be able to be a man more and take on accountability and being able to, it's not about me no more. I have to focus on, I have a little one, and he's the next up and coming. So it's like, man, just thinking about the things that can help him out and benefit for him growing up, and just giving that love and that attention that he needs as a young child right now, man. That's what's important, man. Being a dad is amazing, man. It really is. It really is, and I love every bit of it. I would never change anything in the world, man, because that's my number one job right there. That's my first job, being a dad. Um, I love that dude, man. I love him, and I love his energy every time I'm around him. So, yeah, that's my buddy right there, man.
Is I know his name is Creed. Did you name him after Rocky?
See, everybody asks me that. Um, so funny story, like I was in the movies watching Creed, the first one, and I'm like, man, I don't know any kid named Creed. You know what I mean? And you got I love the band Creed. I love the cologne Creed. So it's like, I think Creed would be the best. You know what I mean? I think Creed would be pretty dope to have as a son name. So
Yeah,
sure enough, that's his name, man.
yeah, no, that's what I thought. I thought it was a dope name.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's pretty cool.
All right, you ready for some fun questions?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right, so I also saw you're a car guy. So what's your favorite car, and how'd you get into cars?
Man, so my favorite car would have to be my Hellcat. I'll just be
Uh,
honest. My Hellcat is pretty cool, man. Got to suit up a little bit more than what it is when you buy it. But I got into cars by my dad, man. My dad had plenty of cars when I was younger. He had the Mustang GT. He had the hatchback Mustang. Just watching him and motorcycles as well, man. As a young kid, just watching him, and seeing him work on cars. That's what grew my love for cars right there. Him watching him fix them because he knows how to fix cars as well. So just watching him, man, and learning and really seeing how unique cars are, man. It's just um, very fascinating. Like he's gonna work on my old school as well. I have an old school that I'm repairing right now. Still getting worked on. It's getting painted right now, so I'm excited, man. I'm excited. So that's a little bit about how I got in cars, and I just love how it makes you feel when you hit the dash a little bit, when you go fast here and there. It's just an adrenaline rush, man, too as well.
yeah, no, for sure. And then what's your favorite song right now?
My favorite song right now, ooh, that's a tough one, man, because I really been listening to a lot of Faith by Skip Marley.
All right.
Yeah, Faith by Skip Marley.
And last one, what do you like to do in your free time?
My free time, I like to spend time with my dog Capone, with my family as well, as you know. And I also like to take like walks, man. I like to take a lot of walks sometimes, just to feel nature, get out of nature, and just enjoy that. I like to eat too, so I like to eat. I love shoes, so I like to look at shoes, and also I've been working towards looking at getting into the Airbnb business and as well as owning my own restaurant. I already have the LLC for that. So I've just been putting my hand in the pot, man, just trying to, expand the brand, man, expand the brand.
Yeah. So actually, I got a bonus question for you. If I come to Cleveland, what restaurant do I gotta go try?
Marble Room,
That was quick.
Marble
That was
Room.
quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a good steak for you, man. Good steak right there for you.
All right, Chris. Well, I appreciate you coming on, and could you let the listeners know where they can follow you?
Yeah, man. My name is Chris Hubbard. Like I said before, man, you can follow me on Instagram at chub74. You can follow me on Twitter at c_Hubbard74. And man, that's my place there where I'll be. And so yeah, man, I'm glad I was on here, man. Thank you for having me.